Good evening and welcome to another episode of Super Deluxe Gamescast. It is Thursday, September the 12th. I would say I'm at like 99% capacity now after being sick for a week.
You got the PAX box.
I still got like that little like post nasal drip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can just feel that goop, that slime, that nasty shit. But aside from that, other than that, I'm feeling pretty good.
I didn't
feel
get
pretty
anything.
good, Derek.
I did fine.
Fucking good for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Like here, let's all applaud for Derek. Let's all clap for Derek. No, I am happy to be back watching the show.
We did
week
miss you
on
the immediately post PAX episode.
Well, and I've got some shit to talk about, right? So I didn't get to
we've
see
got time, so I do, because you didn't get to talk about your PAX experience, I do want to make time for that tonight for sure.
I didn't, Derek. You always make time for me, and I want you to know that I love you and appreciate you.
That's what I'm supposed to do, is make time for friends. That's how it works.
Let me go ahead.
I
just want to make sure that I've got the chat open here so I can see what's going on, so I can check out all those smiling faces, especially your smiling face. But then again, I could just look at the screen and see that. So Derek, before we start, I want to know what you're drinking.
Oh, straight tequila, my man.
Holy shit, dude, that is so fucking nasty. I hate tequila.
I don't know, dude. If you get good tequila, I'm starting to understand the appeal of decent tequila. So,
dude, I absolutely despise tequila. Tequila is the nastiest fucking shit.
No, dude.
Oh, it's good.
You get good.
I just came into the word tequila and I'm immediately intrigued. What's going on?
That's what I'm on tonight.
Tequila's gross.
I've already had a few swigs, but just straight.
Oh,
tequila.
no, John's right. John's correct. John has the right opinion on this. Tequila's fucking disgusting.
I prefer bourbon, but I'm learning that tequila also unlocks new superpowers for me.
Brit knows what's up. Tequila's fucking nasty. This shit tastes like motor oil.
But I also got really drunk off of strawberry margaritas one night, and now I can't touch the shit again, so there's that.
Fucking nasty ass tequila drinker. Disgusting.
Okay.
Derek, I thought better of you.
Listen here, motherfucker.
First off, that's your problem. That's a John issue.
You should never have.
You shot your ball in the wrong court.
Yeah. I have never told you all to think highly of me. You know, right? I'm a disaster. So
I wouldn't say that you're a disaster.
John, your camera looks good.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're looking good.
I always look good.
You do,
look what I got sitting right next to me too.
That moo ass right there. Look at that foot.
I just want to slap it.
she's just like, moo.
I want to eat her paws. Just
oh, there you are. Good morning or good evening.
I bet her paws smell like Fritos.
Moo, what are you doing? You want to say hi to everyone? No.
Is this the same camera? Like, I'm so just like blown away that your camera looks really good. It looks crisp.
No, this is the same camera I always use.
What camera?
I did some fiddling. I did some fiddling and some faddling with the settings. I fiddle-faddled with the settings a little bit.
You know what I watched today, and surprise, it's going to be something Final Fantasy related. Do you remember the Advent Children dub where Tifa says dilly dally shilly shally?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god. It's bad. It's really bad. Love me some Rachel A. Cook, but she was not a good Tifa. She's no Britt Baron.
I'm more of a Mina Suvari, Aerith kind of guy myself.
Really? She was so bad.
I'm just kidding.
Good. I was about to like not be your friend anymore. That's offensive.
We gotta give it up for the Boreanas as Squall.
No,
he was a good Squall. I liked him as Squall.
Like now that when I learned that he was Squall, I went and I looked at some clips of Bones, and now all I see is just fucking Squall and his gunblade walking around with Zoe Deschanel.
Wait, what's going on?
Your mic's a little hot.
What's that? You're tweaking?
No, peaking.
I thought Britt said I'm tweaking. I was like, Britt, don't do that.
Is that any better?
That's actually much better. Yes.
Okay, it was this thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Good. That's what I want.
Right.
Say more.
All right, let's talk about let's talk about. So I want to get my PAX stuff out of the way because I didn't get a chance to talk about it last week. Okay, so not last week, I guess. The week before, we were at PAX, had a really good time, and we got to play a few really cool Square Enix games. We had a little closed door sesh with Square Enix. We got to play 3 games. We got to play Romancing Saga 2, which is a remake of the original. We got to play Neo Fantasian, and we got to play Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D. So right off the bat, Romancing Saga 2, okay. Like, Romancing Saga, Britt, I'm sure that you have not played any of the Romancing Saga games. And, okay, neither of you guys. They are very obtuse. They are very hard to get into. They are absolutely 110% not for everyone. This remake, it's a fully 3D remake of Romancing Saga 2, which aims to, I guess, kind of simplify that game a little bit. Romancing Saga 2 is built on an interesting premise, right? Like, your main characters, like, it takes generations and generations to get strong enough to defeat the 7 heroes who are the villains of the game. So when your character dies, the perspective changes to your offspring, and you retain all of their level. You retain all of your father's levels and spells and skills and whatnot. And eventually, like generations down the road, you're strong enough to defeat the 7 heroes. So it's an interesting premise for a game. The original game does not hold up well. Again, because the Romancing Saga games are just so fucking obtuse and difficult to get into. Derek, this is gonna instantly turn you off. The skills in the game are learned very much in the same vein as Final Fantasy II.
Oh shit!
Whereas the more you use something, the better you get at it.
That's too much like real life. I don't want that.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to practice being a good fucking artist. Just give me the skills. Yeah. Fucking learn the human body anatomy shit.
I don't know if the remake per se does this, but in the original Romancing Saga 2, grinding is ill-advised because the more powerful you get, your enemies get exponentially stronger. So it's
what is this fucking game?
You can actually
it's a hard pass is what you're saying.
Derek, so you can actually make Romancing Saga 2, the original, like completely unbeatable if you grind too much. It's not a very user-friendly game. It looks fine, it plays fine. I'm not the biggest Romancing Saga fan, so this is probably a skip for me. I say that, and then we'll get a code, and I'll have to review it. But because I know Derek, Finn, you can have Romancing Saga 2. Finn was much higher on it than I am.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Finn was just going off about it in the other recording I was doing. So,
second game I played was Neo Fantasian, which is a console and PC port of Fantasian by the Gooch. Hironobu Sakaguchi, who is the father
love the Gooch around here.
Gotta love
I had no idea where you were going with that. I had no idea that this person was behind this game, and you just completely threw me off.
In this house, we respect the Gooch, and I mean,
that's
really,
a good thing to respect.
We admire.
I mean, really,
you son it even. You son it.
Who I am today was partially shaped by the Gooch. So the Gooch played.
I think it's important to shine a light on the Gooch from time to time.
I think so too. It's important to highlight the Gooch. You gotta pay your respects to the Gooch. Because without the Gooch, we don't have Final Fantasy.
So you've already sold me on this game just with the Gooch.
Just with the Gooch. So Fantasian is actually one of those games that is finally escaping Apple Arcade, and got rave reviews when it released. It's a very traditional, turn-based RPG.
Oh, okay, I remember this one. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and it's gorgeous too because everything is built via dioramas. Like all the backgrounds in the game were hand built with dioramas.
I appreciate the aesthetic for sure.
And it is absolutely gorgeous. I played a PS5 build of it, and one of my most hotly anticipated titles of 2024. I had, what's that?
Is it coming out this year?
Yeah. This holiday. So no, that's a release window. There's no date for it, but it does say 2024. I'm fucking excited, right? Like very traditional. Excuse me. A very traditional experience, but again, in this house we bow down to the gooch. So whatever the gooch wants to serve me, I'll consume it. And then we played Dragon Quest III HD 2D. Derek, you okay, buddy?
I'm doing great. I've had a lot of tequila already.
We played it. So all due respect to a friend of mine, a friend of the podcast, who said that visually he wasn't impressed. I don't know what you're smoking. I don't know what you've injected into yourself, because this game is fucking gorgeous. Top down, left to right. This is one of the most this is the apex of HD 2D, I think, thus far. It is an absolutely stunningly beautiful game. And it is, based on that vertical slice I played, which was about let's be fair. Like I spent more time in that couple hours that we had with Dragon Quest 3 than I did anywhere near Neo Fantasian. Because like I played Neo Fantasian for 10 minutes and I was like, I'm sold. I'm in, right? I played Romancing Saga 2 for 10 minutes and I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, now that I've got my taste of Romancing Saga 2, now that I got my taste of the gooch, I need to go and I need to play Dragon Quest 3.
I don't think you have enough gooch, to be honest.
No, dude.
You can never.
You got to gooch until you're gooched out,
you know? 10 whole minutes on the gooch, okay? That's...
Yeah, like...
look, I guess y'all are satisfied with that.
You gotta break it up.
10 minutes is probably not enough when you're talking about the gooch. But anyway, this podcast is.
This is the Gooch Cast now. That's our new fucking.
Welcome to Super Deluxe Gooch Cast, motherfuckers.
Change the title on the podcast. It's
not Goon anymore. It's Gooch.
It's the Gooch Cast, the Super Deluxe Gooch Cast. Is he actually going to do it on the thing?
He fucking is.
You know it, babes.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Wow. All right. Wow. Derek, I salute you. One thing I was nervous about going into Dragon Quest III HD 2D was the music. Now, Derek, you and I are Dragon Quest connoisseurs from way back. Music in the Dragon Quest franchise is extremely hit or miss. For whatever reason, Dragon Quest traditionally tends to use like the worst fucking midis possible.
Yeah, it's because Sugiyama is a fucking stupid piece of shit, and I'm glad
he
he's dead.
was a stupid piece of shit, Derek. He was a stupid piece of shit.
And must repeat, I'm glad he's dead. Party time.
Yeah. No, I'll echo that. Sugiyama was a fucking awful human being. That being said, I can happily report that this is a fully orchestrated soundtrack and it fucking rules. Beautiful tunes. I still like I am still thinking about the character sprites and the enemy animations in those battles. Does an excellent job of Dragon Quest 3, Derek, like this especially. Dragon Quest 3 is one of the most formative and influential RPGs of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? It's I would put it right up there. I would put Dragon Quest 3 because it released around the same time as Final Fantasy, like the original Final Fantasy. And I would say Dragon Quest 3 is just as formative for the genre as the original Final Fantasy was. So to see this game, and now I played this originally on the Game Boy Color. The Dragon Quest 3 has an amazing Game Boy Color port, but I was just absolutely fucking blown away. This actually is Toriyama's last Dragon Quest. Yes.
To the extent he was involved at all, because I know all of the key art is by a different artist, and they've specifically talked about not wanting to ape Toriyama's style moving forward, that they're gonna they're gonna take a new path. So
I could not be happier with the way that this is shaping out. And now now the only thing I have to do is deal with the choice paralysis of what platform to get it on, right? Because it's going to look amazing on the Steam Deck, but also like Dragon Quest just feels at home on a cozy Nintendo system. So, I did get a little bit of hands-on time with the Switch version. Other than running at 30 frames a second as opposed to 60, it looks great. Like it holds up well. You're going to be, I mean, it's a beautiful game. You're going to be happy no matter which platform you pick this up on from a visual standpoint, at least. But I would definitely lean either Steam Deck or Switch here, simply because Derek screams to be played like in bed under a blanket.
For
with
sure.
Like play this motherfucker on a handheld system. Please play this motherfucker on a handheld system. Doesn't matter whether it's Steam Deck or Switch. Play it on a handheld system. Aside from that, that's really all I had, I think, as far as PAX games that I really felt compelled to talk about. I think you guys did a really good job last week of kind of summarizing PAX as a whole. I did want to ask Britt, because I was kind of in a medicated haze last week, so my memories of the podcast last week are a little fuzzy. But what was your standout game from PAX?
Oh God, what was it? I don't even remember.
It wasn't that. Was it the dress up game?
No, it was fucking something shift. What was it?
Alternium Shift. Alternium
Shift.
Yeah. Alternium. I added an N that doesn't exist. Alternium Shift.
That was my hands down favorite thing I played. Like, it's rare, and I said this last week, that I go to conventions and I play a game and I just want to kind of like sit there and keep playing. Like, that game definitely did it. Like, usually my ADHD brain is like ready to fucking dip the moment I hit the consoles or whatever. And that one, it was just free, and I just went and sat down and I played it, and it was delightful, and I loved it to the point where I actually went up to the creator or the developers and just talked to them about like how much I loved the game and how cute it was, and that I love the concept of an open world JRPG in pixel form, and that it was very cute. Music was very good. That was my recommendation.
Like the visuals give me serious Chrono Trigger vibes.
Yeah, and that's what immediately drew me to it. Is like, at first I looked at it and I was like, I don't know, and then there was a free space open, so like somebody started the demo and then just said nope. Apparently, because I looked over and there was an empty seat, so I just went and sat down, and it was really cute. I loved it.
Britt, did you see the game and think to yourself like, this is extremely John coded?
Yeah, I drug you over to it, and I was like,
you literally dragged me over to it. Yeah.
Have you played the demo yet?
I have. It's really fucking good.
Did you play it?
Really fucking good. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. You didn't fucking tell me.
We also got an interview with it that you can watch on our YouTube channel right now.
Yes, I was fucking tapped out by that day, so I did not want to. I needed to.
We had been through enough shit by that point.
After Infinity Nikki weirdness, I was just like, you know what? I think I'm good on interviews.
Yeah,
I think I'm good.
You know what? There was one more game that I wanted to bring up, and you guys did an interview for this, and I didn't actually play it, but the key art, like the art of the game alone, was extremely compelling to me. That's One Way.
Oh, that More Than One Way? Yeah.
I don't think is that the name of the game? I thought it was One Way.
It's More Than One Way, although
More Than One Way.
They might be they might be
see the more than symbol, More Than One Way.
They might be workshopping the name, because on Steam it's called oneway.exe. But
which is weird. Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're like workshopping names, but like More Than One Way is good because also it's, as I figured out way too late based on some of the key art, it's based on the phrase "more than one way to skin a cat." So I imagine they'll stick with it.
Well, and then is the fucking
because the cat lady is the main character,
now.
and the stand-up is the skinned cat lady. So I think that's the where they're getting.
That's
at.
really fucking gruesome.
Thank you for explaining that to me, because I just fucking forgot how to speak for a minute. So there was a a cardboard cutout of the cat girl, and Derek and I were looking at her. We didn't realize it was a cat girl, but we were like, "Oh, they have the same eyes. That's the cat girl."
Yeah.
So it's just funny that you made that connection.
I found the art, just the art alone, so incredibly compelling.
The different avenues of horror that they're paying homage to. Yeah.
It's gonna.
Plus,
it's so
just getting the interview was a fucking adventure in and of itself.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Motherfucker in front
Can
of us.
I be catty? Can I be fucking catty? No. Okay. I'm not gonna be catty then.
I just wanted to walk and be like,
John, we're not supposed to be catty. We're not supposed to be catty. Let's stop.
I'm going to be fucking catty. I'm going to be like, I wanted to walk up and be like, dude, just ask for her fucking number and move on.
They were a couple. The two devs, I think.
Yeah, so
I don't know if they were or not, but that one guy, I was like, dude, I get it.
From hearing
thirsty,
right from the
man.
interview, I could be wrong. Anyway,
context is we were trying to interview these people, and typically, if you're like not familiar with how interviewing on the show floor works, it's like I'd say 5 minutes tops.
Yeah.
To interview, and even then, that's kind of like pushing it. There was a dude there for like a solid 30.
He did his interview and then he just hung around chatting and like taking up time, and it's like other people want to talk to them. Like you gotta,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like
the comment.
Anyway,
10 minutes.
Yeah, we need to move on.
It's fine. It's fine. Anyway,
new people just don't know the etiquette,
Right.
and that's okay. They've got to learn. It's fine.
We gotta learn. But the other one I really liked was one that Jeff liked, which is Snacko, which I have on my business card here. Adorable couple from Edmonton, Canada.
Oh, that game was so cute.
It was so cute. Also, fucking techno banter
with the
Super
leather
excited.
daddy pitbull.
The leather daddy pitbull. Holy shit.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Moo Moo?
The barks?
No,
Give him.
but the leather daddy pit bull.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why would she's like, I don't give a fuck. I get fed.
Literally,
I sleep on couches and beds. Who gives a fuck about men?
Oblivious to the fucking world right now. Like, look at this fucking thing.
God, I love that meatloaf.
What was your
like poker?
favorite, John?
Nothing
at
fucking
PAX?
happening. What's that?
What was your favorite?
Oh,
at
Dragon
PAX?
Quest 3, without a doubt.
Okay.
Dragon Quest 3.
Life is Strange. I also really loved Life is Strange.
Yeah.
We got special hands-on time with that, which we didn't talk about last time, which I feel like we need to. Thank you,
I
Square.
want to talk about that actually because I was very impressed with
If you
what
want
I
to do
saw.
this for
And I
a
have
minute,
never
I need
played
to
a Life
get
is Strange.
more tequila. So
Yeah.
Well, Britt and I will talk about Life is Strange. Britt, I've never played a Life is Strange game, and I was actually super fucking intrigued by what I saw.
So, Life is Strange, the first one, when it came out, God, I want to say it was done by, like, it got absolved into Square. I don't think it started off as, like, a Square sponsored thing until later, but it's very fun. I loved it. It's definitely one of those choose your own adventure type of games. You can rewind time, like, and so for the entire franchise, it's like the first game follows a girl named Max, and she's basically trying to save her best friend from getting shot. So you have chapters where you go through and you change scenario. You go back in time and then you change scenarios that lead up to ultimately her death or whatever. And
you said this is the game that we played at PAX, right? Like, this is the story of the game we played at PAX.
That was the first one.
The first game. Okay.
Yeah. So just to kind of, there's been, I want to say 3 Life is Strange games. There's Life is Strange. Life is Strange
was the 4.
Oh, okay.
4.
Before the storm. There we go. That's what I was forgetting. So there's going to be 5 then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there's going to be 5. And the 5th one goes back to Max, same voice actors. And this one, she's in college and her friend dies. And so she basically has been avoiding her powers. And now she's to the point where she's like, she can't avoid it anymore. She's gotta use them to try to figure out what's going on. So a little different than the first game. The first game you're trying to save somebody. The second game you're trying to figure out what happened and if you could have prevented it or that kind of stuff. But you get interesting. It's different in the sense that you get to kind of phase in different timelines. So when you start the game, basically your friend is getting interrogated because he took the camera from their deceased friend because the last picture she took was of him or something, and he doesn't want to be incriminated or something along those lines. So basically you have to get past where they're being interrogated into his classroom or whatever to go get the camera, but you can't because he's being interrogated. So what you do is you kind of go around the side and you can shift timelines to where you go into a different timeline where there's not a fucking interrogation happening, and you go in there and you do puzzles and you solve shit, and you basically when you interact with the environment there, it kind of shifts it back on like the real time, and so you kind of just are dipping in and out and solving puzzles and gathering clue and evidence. So it's Life is Strange with of course the dialogue options and everything, but it's also a very different version of Life is Strange, at least in the first one that we're used to, and it has an interesting twist and concept on it, and I really liked it. I had a lot of fun with it, and I think people who like the first games are going to like this one.
So again, like as somebody who has never played these games, like I've actually decided that this is where I'm gonna dip my toes into Life is Strange, because I just thought double exposure looked really, really fucking cool.
You should play the original. You would probably find.
I will
something
probably.
To it.
Okay, so Britt, do I need to play the original to like the original with the same character to understand? Okay, all right. So I'll do that first.
Mainly because it's such a big character moment. Like it's such like that game itself is such a big, I think, indicator of like why she is the way she is now. Like I think you would should play it to kind of understand like where she's coming from. I also think, I don't know if it would be your jam, just because it can be really corny and
it's a little twee, right? It's painfully earnest, but
so my biggest thing about like media that portrays teenagers, it's like it's written by adults and you can fucking tell, and that's always my biggest drawback from like movies and TV shows and games, that like I hate when I'm like,
it's like some 65-year-old golf professional is writing dialogue for a teenager.
Yeah, like, and it's just always so like forced and cringe. But
go fuck yourselfie.
Yeah. That's an actual line that happens. But
yeah, it's like it's like, man, have you seen the latest dank memes? Like it's shit like that.
Yeah, so like if you can get past that, I think you'd really enjoy it, because you are basically the hero that's trying to like, I don't want to spoil the first game, but you're trying to not only save your friend from dying, but there's also other shit like shady shit going on in the background of like, girls being raped and stuff that you have to.
Britt, is this a character I can relate to as like a reluctant hero myself? Like
you are not a
There's nothing
hero.
reluctant about you. You fucking dream of getting in situations.
Mr. fucking Johnfidence over here.
Fuck yeah, you gotta get that Johnfidence up in your body, man. You gotta fucking.
This man fucking hits tires with sledgehammers, like blaring heavy metal music, thinking about how badass it would be to stop a robbery.
Like at PAX, I'll point out like people like being assholes to me, or just like I'll make offhand comments. I'll like, this dude was a dick, and John's like, where you at? Like, I'll be right there, and I'm like, I don't need that. I could just.
I'm like, no, Britain. So like, I'll literally be hitting a fucking tire with a sledgehammer, thinking like, man, be so fucking cool to die saving people. Like
John's always like, Derek, I would take a bullet for you, and I'm like, there's no situation where I'm going to get shot at, so
but Derek, maybe there will be, and if there is, I'd absolutely I'd take 2 bullets in the chest for you, Derek.
God,
that's what I want my legacy to be.
Unlikely to happen, bud. You're fine.
Damn it. But do you know what this? So you know what this? The Life is Strange games, and again, as somebody who has never played them, I have just been learning about them recently. They remind me of Oxenfree, which is a game I fucking love. Britt, if you've never played Oxenfree, like
I don't know that I'd necessarily make that comparison too much.
Well, it's like changing destinies and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like changing the past and affecting the future. Like there's a definite like, because I was vaguely aware of the paranormal bent to Life is Strange, but not to the extent that like, because it's a huge part of double exposure, right? Yeah. Like it's a. I was not aware. Like, I thought there were paranormal elements to it. I was not aware that it's an entire gameplay element.
I always compare the original game and Before the Storm as being like a more earnest and less cynical Donnie Darko. But
that's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah, I think that's like a really accurate way to describe what Max and Rachel's story has been about so far, and Chloe's. Yeah.
Love Rachel.
Yeah.
Love
Who doesn't, right?
Yeah, so we got to do that at PAX, and that was really cool because we were with was it the developers of the game? Who was in there?
It's like the narrative designer and the like one of the it was a couple of the lead devs.
Yeah, so like we got brought up to a special little room, and we got to sit down with them, and they kind of explained to us the game, and then they let us play, and they had apparently great ass brownies from what I could hear. Then an oatmeal raisin cookie, I guess.
I'm sorry, it's like that's what they had.
I ate that cookie. I know you didn't want it. I happily.
I know. I love oatmeal raisin cookies. If there were no raisins, I would devour that.
You just want oatmeal cookies.
Yeah.
Britt, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the time for me to come clean. I absolutely ate the last chocolate chip cookie and brought you a raisin oatmeal cookie.
Yeah, you would, motherfucker.
Wasn't there an issue where somebody ate your fucking chocolate chip cookie at PAX, and this is how you fucking choose to live your life having your cookie eaten PAX?
I was like, I brought that oatmeal cookie to Britt. I was like, enjoy your cookie.
This
like,
motherfucker.
With like a chocolate chip cookie in my fucking belly.
Talking about like gooches, talking about eating cookies.
I just assumed that Britt would love oatmeal raisin cookies, and as soon as I gave it to her, and she was like, "Peh," I was like, "You should
never make that assumption about anybody, John. It's
on the inside. On the inside, I was like, "Oh, I fucked up."
But you had the cookies in your hands, all right? You had the fate. You had the cookie fate in your hands,
and you made a choice.
Chocolate chip and oatmeal raisin, and you said, "A lot of people love fucking oatmeal raisin more, so I will bring that to her." That's not what. That's
Britt, I would take a bullet for you. I won't take an oatmeal raisin cookie for you.
No.
I'm sorry, Britt. It's just the truth.
The whole fucking theme of PAX West. No, was
Britt, I would die for you. I won't eat an oatmeal raisin cookie for you.
Misogyny. That's what this is. Somebody fucking write that down. Put this in a history book.
I started joining in on that joke, and you just started cracking up like, thank you. Somebody else joining the Greek chorus.
Can I? So before we move on to like our real topic, can I? Oh shit! Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
you go.
Okay, and then we'll come back to you for the transitional thing. I'm gonna be really easy. I'm not gonna take too long on this.
Yeah, there's a surprise.
Just shut the fuck up, you gigantic bitch.
John is just on a fucking warpath with us tonight. Jesus.
I'm not allowed to talk shit given certain things I've had to post about on private recently. Anyway, so I've been playing Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 since it came out. What was that? Monday, I think. Yeah. I've said before, I love the original Warhammer 40K Space Marine. I think it's a fantastic, like, mid-budget, like, not super well-known developer, making a, like, one of the better third-person shooter games out there that, like, really well, like, mixed in its, like, melee combat system. Space Marine 2 is incredible. It is a joy to play. It is extremely aggressive. Like, it's one of those games you do have to think through what your plan is. It forces you to be aggressive to keep, like, you know, executing. Like, in a lot of ways, it's kind of like bringing in some of the flow of, like, the recent Doom games, right? Of making you be aggressive in order to stay in the fight. Warhammer 40K is also just such a vibe, right? Like, it sucks because it's intentionally presenting this horrible world where nobody is any good, and even the humans are all just a weird, like,
so Twitter
religious fascist, like, empire. But
so America.
Yeah, and it's a satire on that, right? But at the same time,
This is the shit with space orcs and stuff, right?
Yeah,
space orcs. Yeah. Okay.
Like StarCraft is heavily based on Warhammer 40K, right? To the point where like you could play Space Marine 2 and really tell yourself that this is like a jacked up StarCraft game. But man, it do be really cool to like run into a crazy swarm of aliens with a fucking chainsaw sword and just rip ass. It do be good. It do be real good. That's all I got. Space Marine 2 is good so far. I haven't had a lot of time to play. I had to edit so many interviews and I've been so busy, and now I have so many more pieces of content to edit for this channel. But I will be free one day.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention that we got a code from Capcom for Marvel vs. Capcom. Thank you very much, Capcom, for that.
We got a code also for the Ace Attorney Investigations collection. So Finn's on that. You're on Marvel vs. Capcom.
I played a little Marvel
Where's
versus
my Power Stone?
You'll get that when it comes out. I promise.
Where's my Power Stone?
That is absolutely a Brit code.
Yeah.
Where's my Power Stone, bitch?
Like, Brit, I wish I could have been in the same room with you when that collection was announced. I truly wish
I
that I could have
texted
been
Brit
there.
Immediately.
So did I. I was like,
everybody texted me about fucking Power Stone, but did not text me about the Witcher fucking deck that got added to Balatro.
Yeah, I missed that.
My daughter did, and I was like, y'all didn't
caught that, I would have texted you Bathtub Geralt, I promise. But I missed it. I didn't know, so.
Yes, so many people messaged me and were like, Power Stone! And I was like, what's happening? Because, I was like, I don't pay attention. Like, I'm on Twitter, but I'm not, right? Like, I get on Twitter when I have something stupid I want to post, but I don't sit there doom scrolling anymore.
That's a healthy way to do it, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't have the app on my phone. I go through the web browser and I do my business that way. So, like, I don't know when there's directs and shit happening or... all of that kind of stuff. So I was like at work, I'm behind me. I say at work. I was right there doing my work.
You were at bad screen.
Yeah, I was at bad screen doing my work, and I just get this flood of messages of like Power Stone, and I was like, what is going on?
But
Britt had a transitional thing after I went, I believe.
Well, the moment's passed now, so it's fine. We can just.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, please, Britt, please.
No, it was gonna be a funny riff off of the misogyny stuff.
No, I want to hear about the misogyny stuff, Britt.
All right, so
I
got banned
want to accuse John of misogyny.
I got banned from Activision Blizzard's Overwatch 2 voice chat and communications chat for 11 days. Thankfully, half of those days I was gone at PAX in Washington, so it was like 5 days for me, right? I couldn't even talk in my own group chat. We had to make our own Discord server, okay? And you know what I fucking titled it? And everybody fucking laughed at me and thought it was a joke. I titled it fucking Overwatch... Wait, what did I... Overwatch Hates Women. That was the Discord server that I made, okay? My male friends have talked so much more shit than me, and worse, not a single of them have gotten a fucking little wrist slap. Not a one. But the girl Peachia fucking says shit in chat and she gets banned. And it's so funny. Y'all, okay, so I got unbanned, right? And there was this dude on our team.
Tell me you immediately got rebanned.
Listen. No, even better. Listen. So, I get unbanned, and this dude on our team is shit-talking me, a healer. I am your fucking saving grace as a healer. I am the best healer you're ever gonna fucking get, and you're gonna shit-talk me. Not gonna happen. So he fucking was like, oh, like, y'all were standing back there, and I was like, you mean at the point where you should have been, instead you were overextending? But I didn't actually say that. This is in my mind. So I had said nothing. Right? Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. But this dude shit talks us and is both the healers. Shit talks both the fucking healers. And all I say is, that's a good way to not get healed. And immediately, report Peachia for sabotaging. Immediately! I didn't even I didn't do nothing. And then my friend, who was the other healer, shit talked the whole time. Like, it was so bad that even the other team was like, you're stupid. Like to the other guy that was shit talking us. Like, everybody just dogged on him. But I got reported for gameplay sabotage. I got reported. All because I said that's a good way to not get healed.
Out here pissing off fragile fucking men with their thin fucking skin.
Wild.
Hell yeah.
But it's so funny now.
Wild.
That's why you're a fucking princess.
And now my friends, like, they see it. They're like, oh my God, like you got to change your name to something manly, like fucking Taco Fart 69. Like then you won't catch shit. But because you have a girl name, you're gonna get fucking reported.
You gotta do a reverse VTuber thing.
I just need to make a podcast based on my fucking Overwatch experience because it's
this is what happens for pissing off Clown Penis Fart.
Oh my God!
On fucking Overwatch,
fucking
God, that's so good.
Shit.
Oh my God, that's fucked up, Britt.
But everybody thought the whole point of this is everybody thought I was playing and being silly when I said Overwatch hates women. But the moment I brought it up, everybody's like, oh shit, like you're right. And I was like, thank you. I may have been shit-faced when I made that Discord chat, but the facts were laid out before you.
You don't have to convince me. I simply believe you.
You know, who's to say? Who's to fucking say?
I just want to point out, by the way, since you reminded me, Britt, since you said the word fart, when I Venmo'd Finn my share for the hotel, it was for www.clownpenis.fart, and he texted me. He's like, is that real?
Click it and find out, babe.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Azim said I'm about to go pro on Deadlock, and
I got an invite to
Blizzard
Deadlock.
eat.
I'm gonna have to check it out. So
fuck off, really? All right. Proud of you know what? Good for you.
I'll get you an invite as soon as I get one because I presumably will get them in no time.
That's gonna be me and Marvel Rivals. Is I'm gonna expose the misogyny in both those games.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Speaking of
I'll
Marvel,
do the VTuber shit and use a voice changer, and I'll pretend to be a woman.
Speaking of Marvel, real quick, I just want to say Marvel versus Capcom collection. Look, if you love the Marvel versus Capcom games, if you love you're gonna fucking love this. Like, and I do. Like, a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is every ounce as fucking incredibly technically sound as it was when it first came out. My only thing, Derek, is that like this is a collection of Marvel and Capcom fighting games with Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I don't know why you'd play anything else other than Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
It's Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
The best fighting game, yeah.
It's because some of the earlier ones, especially like X-Men Children of the Atom, have so much more animation to the characters. I don't even
Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is just a I fired up all of them.
But
Derek,
it can't be Jill Valentine in X-Men Children of the Atom. So
and also Jill Valentine is one of my mains in MVC2. So I don't fuck around with Jill, or you don't fuck with me when I'm fucking around with Jill. Whatever, yeah. You know what I'm saying. But
you also don't fuck around with Jill.
Yeah,
nobody fucks around.
Jill
with
Valentine,
Jill.
WLW icon.
Jill Valentine fucks around with you. The only one I haven't played and what I'm going to stream this weekend is the Punisher beat 'em up that is included. Because I believe that is the first time this has actually got a home release. Right, Derek? This is the first time the Punisher beat 'em up has had a home release.
Yes.
It's fine. So I'm,
if I remember correctly, I played it in arcades.
I'm going to stream it this weekend just because, hey, it's a Punisher beat 'em up. But yeah, dude, the Marvel vs. Capcom collection, like, obviously get it from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It's one of the greatest fighting games ever made, but there's also some really cool other, like Children of the Atom is there, X-Men versus Street Fighter is there. You know, it's a great fucking collection all around. Good emulation too, Derek.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So yeah,
I'm
good
excited.
shit. Good shit.
Yeah.
Balatro, next. Topic time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Britt,
Balatro and Overwatch too.
Britt, now that Balatro's coming to mobile, are you worried about your work productivity?
No, because I have a Switch and it's already garbage because of.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. All right, let's go ahead and jump into one of our topics.
Let's do
Derek,
let's do the first one. Let's talk.
Yeah,
let's talk
why don't
about
we
this
start?
Fucking PS5 Pro.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Let's just dunk on this for the next X amount of time. First off, before we get started, does anybody here have a single positive thing to say about the PS5 Pro's existence?
No. No. Are you kidding me? It's more expensive. Oh my god, no. You know what? Go on. It's more expensive. You have more GPU for what? What do we need more GPU? What game? What game do we need more GPU for? Can somebody explain that to me?
Why more flops?
No, you can't. Next. All right, we don't. No, it doesn't have disk.
No, Britt, I'm agreeing with you. Like I'm agreeing with you. Like you're paying a premium for a very, very incremental upgrade. Like and Derek, you or Britt, you were gonna say go ahead because that's what I want to jump into next.
Okay, but Rar said Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm told I will never touch that game again. Not because it's a bad game. Love it to pieces. It's just it's a lot, and
I'm gonna be spicy. Everybody loves FF7 Rebirth a lot less once they actually spent more than a week playing it.
Okay, all right. Look, here's the thing. I know what Rar's talking about. One of the Digital Foundry guys posted.
Little Arcanines and The Last of Us remastered for the 5th time. Let's go. Let's see those sweat drops in HD.
Like one of the Digital Foundry guys posted some screenshots of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on the PS5 Pro, and he's like, this is worth it, and I'm like, I don't see a difference,
right?
But
maybe in the cutscenes, but as far as like base gameplay, it looks so similar.
It just looks the same. Like, and granted, we are entering the era of like diminishing returns for this stuff, but. Like for sure we are.
I've never heard that. Are we? Like, explain that to me.
Oh yeah. So with currently existing technology, Britt, like visuals can only get so good before things start. Like for example,
think of the jump from PS2 to PS3, and then the jump from PS3 to PS4, and then the jump from PS4 to PS5.
It's constricting itself. So for example, Britt, like let's say that the PS5 can play Resident Evil 4 Remake at 60 frames a second, which it can, right? I pick up a PS5 Pro, and I'm playing it at 90 frames a second. My eye is not going to be able to tell the fucking difference. There is, like, the jump from 30 to 60 is so much greater and more noticeable than the jump from 60 to 90. And this is somebody, and so as somebody who is, like, really getting into PC gaming, like, you know, I'm playing games at 90 frames a second, and Britt, I can't fucking tell.
This is why I also keep telling you, you're like, oh, do I need to upgrade this part? And I'm like, no, stick with what you've got.
No,
there's no point.
Yeah, like
you can spend all kinds of money and you'll get 10% upgrade. Doesn't matter.
That's interesting because I have always taken these upgrades and shit. Like, people are like, I'm not going to buy a Switch. Like, I'm not buying the Switch because the Switch Pro's coming. And I'm like, well, I don't give a shit. So I'm going to get the Zelda Switch right here.
Hell yeah.
Put it up in my arm. And so it's interesting to me to hear that there's an actual like movement that like people are acknowledging that these things aren't necessary. But there's so many, like, even in our community, like Peter and Jeff admittedly are very big like specs people. So whenever stuff like this gets released, I'm always like, well, this isn't for me, obviously, because I don't give a shit, right? As long as it's not laggy and running like dog shit, I'm good. But like there's people out there that want the top like specs, best of everything.
I think those people are like the whales, right? In a lot of ways, because like you're kind of right. All I have to do is not buy the PS5 Pro if I don't want it, right? But I definitely am a little offended that they're charging $700 fucking for this.
And it doesn't play discs.
For this, for a discless console that is a modest upgrade in terms of real world difference. It is a modest difference of what you can see. And it's only to people who are, nobody held off on buying a PS5 until the Pro existed.
Let me speak on this because on one hand, I do get it, right? Because the gap between physical and digital is getting wider every fucking year. Yeah. And so like for example, I mean, I play on, I don't buy physical cartridges on Switch. I play most of my games on Switch and Steam Deck. And I don't buy physical on Switch, and obviously I don't buy physical on Steam Deck. If you look at the split between physical and digital, like I want to say in 2024 so far, I think it's like 65% digital. if not more, the gap is increasing. That being said, physical games aren't going anywhere anytime soon. And to rip the fucking that's what I mean on consoles. And so to remove something that is so fundamental to a box under your television and charge extra for that is fucking wild to me. That is an insane fucking choice. And when I heard about that, when I heard that it doesn't come, not only does it not come with a disk drive, but you have to pay extra for it, I thought I was being trolled. Like I was like, yeah, that's not right. There's no
PlayStation is notorious though for releasing shit and it just being super fucking ridiculously overpriced.
I think
remember the PS3?
Yeah, I think that's the problem, right? Is we're looking at like cocky Sony
PSVR
right now.
Right?
I gotta keep my thoughts together. I've had so much tequila on this podcast.
Are we getting back to arrogant Sony now?
Yes, we're back to arrogant Sony. We're back to the Sony that won big on PS2, and people were saying this years ago. People were saying this before PS5 launched, right? They said PS2 was so successful and Sony got arrogant and we got PS3. PS4 was them being humbled and having to fight for it, right? But PS4 won big and Microsoft is not real competition. Therefore, a lot of us predicted that the PS5 was going to be an era of that same hubris. Maybe not to the same level of damage that like the PS3 was a truly rough era for Sony. Comparatively, like they had to fight hard to work their way back from that. But, the PS5 has kind of coasted on not a ton of exclusive releases and not with any regularity. And the PSVR 2 was expensive and not backwards compatible with PSVR 1 stuff. And now we've got the PS5 Pro that's $700 fucking dollars. We have a new PlayStation handheld that doesn't play games on its own. It's a remote screen for your PlayStation. They invented the Wii U gamepad.
To be fair to the PS Portal. No, Derek, to be fair to the PS Portal, it's
I'm not in a very fair mood.
It's a neat piece of tech, and there's a lot of demand for it. But all that aside, $700. Like
nobody got $700 fucking dollars right now, my man.
I just like oh hi Mumu, I'm sorry, did I wake you up?
I have a Mumu.
Hi, how you doing?
Weepy eye.
I know, Mumu, come here. Hey, it's okay. I'm yelling. I'm sorry, Mumu. She's like, oh, your dad. She's like, Dad, why are you yelling so loud?
Oh, look at her squish that Kirby. That's right. Fucking dominant girl.
Kirby
is her step on him.
Kirby
Sit on
is
his
her
face.
favorite. Kirby is her favorite pillow. Hi, Mumu. Hi, baby.
Look at my baby. I'm going to kiss her in November.
Did you make it work? No, but $700. Like, Derek.
I'm kissing somebody in November, and I think it's Moo.
Oh, Moo, how you doing? You gonna see all your friends? You gonna see all your friends in November, baby? Yeah. She's like, Dad, why aren't you scritching my belly or my butt? But yeah, like, look, is there a market for the PlayStation 5 Pro? Yeah,
sure.
Is it a huge miss?
Yeah,
I think there's a small. I think there's a small market for it.
I was gonna say rich assholes, but you said fucking Jeff and Peter before that, and
right, and we like Jeff, so I'm joking. I'm joking. Peter's a good dude. I just love you, Peter. It was a good opportunity to take a pot shot.
I think I am troubled by what this means for Sony's attitude going forward in the future. Because I do not believe that the PlayStation 5 Pro is going to be a big seller, but I do think it'll sell just enough for the heads at Sony to be like, this was the right move.
Well, the hard part is they don't have meaningful competition, right? Like Xbox has failed to give them the competition it takes to keep them humble. I'm less worried, and many people have said this, right? I'm less worried about the PS5 Pro, which is a thing I don't need to fucking buy, and none of us need to fucking buy.
Nobody does.
Then I'm worried about the PlayStation 6 in 3 or 4 years, right? that motherfucker is going to launch at $600 again.
Probably.
And because this is Sony testing the waters and trying to normalize an absurd price point. Because the PS4 Pro didn't come out at $600-$700. No, this is an attempt to set that as the reasonable expectation for what new hardware should be. Because Sony really wants you to be prepared to shell out $700 for the PlayStation 6 in a couple years. And I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I don't like it either. And we joke about, this whole return to arrogant Sony, but Sony's at their absolute worst Sony is at their absolute worst when they are riding a wave of success. And like, I hate to say that, but Sony are their own worst fucking enemies. The biggest competition Sony has is fucking Sony. And that just
it's like they don't know what to do with themselves, right? It's kind of like Xbox is kind of bowed out of the competition. Now they're just like, well, we gotta do something. We gotta compete with PCs now, I guess. Like,
I don't know.
That's what it is, right? Like, it's all it feels like is like it's a computer with no disk drive, and that's what they're competing with now.
But you can't compete against PC gaming because like we've built up like it is PC. Like, I don't think building a PC is necessarily an alternative to the PS5 Pro, right? In terms of apples to apples. I think it is still apples to oranges because building a PC for the first time is going to be expensive, right? As I pointed out in a Twitter thread earlier, I, as a lifelong PC gamer, if I want to build a new PC, I'm paying significantly less than somebody getting in for the first time. I have my nice monitors. I have my nice mouse and keyboard. I have a nice case. Thank you. Thank you from the fucking Greek chorus over here.
Because I just like No, I just want to say that, like, everybody's like, oh, well, like, PC gaming is so expensive. It's so expensive. It is. When you're getting into it, it is. Yes. Buying a new fucking monitor, buying fucking all the parts to go into your case, buying the case, like, all of that's expensive, yes. But once you got that settled, you spend, like, what? Yeah. 200, 300 every 5 years, if that. Like,
all I gotta do is throw a new graphics card in a couple years, and I'll be great, right?
Like,
I
built my PC 10 years ago.
It's a big upfront cost, but it's not cheap 100%.
It's a huge. It's a huge like down payment, and it's a huge commitment upfront. Yes.
Plus, you keep your library. Like, that's the reason why consoles cannot go full digital is because
I'm slowly shifting to a PC gamer, and I hate myself for it, but it just, like, it is what it is, right? Like,
we've corrupted you.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
I just think I need to buy you more PC games, I think, as gifts. That's what needs to happen.
No, I just think that the appeal of console gaming has lessened with the lessened competition, right? Because it's like, now any game that I want on PlayStation is going to come out, a year later out on PC, right? So
if not day and date, right?
Right.
Day and date.
Which is true for a lot of
So that's like, our competition is PC, and if you're going to outweigh like PC in a console in this day and age, I wouldn't necessarily say when I was a teenager and could fucking build a PC.
Yeah.
It's just it's different. Everything's different.
My
now.
Steam library is like 500 something games that I've built up over like almost 20 years of buying PC games, right? And like the problem is you're going to buy a PS6 and it's not going to play PS4 games. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way this shit's working out.
So I will say that I think the days of very limited backwards compatibility in consoles is ending, simply because
I'd like to believe that.
Simply because I think that companies like PlayStation and Nintendo are looking at Steam and seeing which way the winds are blowing. And Derek, I think that's a pretty good transition to something I'd like to talk about, which is some of the Switch 2 stuff that leaked.
We'll talk a little about that. All of this Switch 2 stuff is, to be clear, because you called me earlier, like, Derek, did you see all the Switch 2 leak stuff? And everything you said is something I had already heard from a pretty reliable source, like, for months now. So nothing is new.
No. Well, some of the stuff is new. Some of the stuff is new. So, and we won't, just to kind of mention it real quick. This is coming from the same individual who leaked all the PlayStation 5 Pro stuff that turned out to be accurate. So please take this with a grain of salt because we can't say whether or not it's true, but it does line up with a lot of stuff that we'd heard in the past. So this guy says that there are 2 SKUs for the Switch 2.
That could be Joy-Con colors, whatever.
It could be any number of things, but he does say that there are 2 SKUs for the Switch 2. It has a foldable dock, apparently. I don't know.
That doesn't mean shit to people. You want to know what's important?
No, I mean, I don't know what it means, but it just got a foldable dock. Like the stuff that I care about is one. Apparently it packs an 8-inch screen, which would put it on par. Derek, I did some measurements. That would put it on par with the PlayStation Portal, which is kind of large for a handheld. But the Portal has an 8-inch screen. So I'd be interested to see how Nintendo does that. Some of the stuff we did know about, like the Joy-Cons that are locked to the console via electromagnetic devices, I guess. I mean, hell yeah, I built one. Yeah, I built a PC. Absolutely, I built one. It was fucking easy as shit.
I leave that shit to other people.
I'm a fucking barbarian. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I still managed to do it.
John, but you're actually like really, like you're really smart and savvy at that kind of shit.
Sometimes you're so dumb, and then sometimes you pick up on shit that I have
no, it's not even that, like, right? Like, I was there when you got your Steam Deck and you were trying to mod it and everything, and it's just like you went. So in order to do these kinds of things, you have to have that mindset of like, I'm gonna do this until it fucking works, and you have that. Like, a lot of people just fucking give up, especially with ADHD. Like, right? Like, a lot of people just fucking are just like, I can't do this first try. I'm gonna give up.
To be fair, that's also like a military thing. It's like, I'm just gonna fucking. Right. I'm gonna fucking jam this.
That's not a negative, John. That's not a negative.
I stopped before I. Yeah, like, okay, bad analogy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying, I'm trying to fucking compliment you. Can you just fucking?
I know. I'm sorry.
Jesus John, Christ! It's like trying to fucking shove a cracker in your mouth when you're starving. Just eat it.
I'm eating the cracker, Britt. I'm eating the cracker. I got the cracker.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, like to kind of get back to what I was saying, the stuff that I cared about, so the according to this guy, who again, take it all with a grain of salt, but expect and Derek, this is, you and I had a conversation about this a little more recently, but with the specs of the Switch 2, with what we know about it, expect it to have slightly above PS4 power levels,
somewhere between PS4
DLS.
and PS4 Pro in terms of real results that you're going to get out of
it. That's before DLSS. DLSS will take it a little farther.
The DLSS takes it closer to the PS4 Pro, but not far past it.
I think you're probably right about that.
But portable PS4 Pro is a lot, man.
There is according to this guy, there's full backwards compatibility. Whether or not that means enhanced backwards compatibility for all games is up for grabs. Who knows? The interesting thing is that he says we're going to see it next week. Who knows if that's true? September 18th.
Who cares? Who's got $700 right now that they can shill out next week? Raise a hand in chat, please.
For a Switch 2? It's not going to cost $700.
Fucking it might at this rate. Like,
there ain't no way. I guarantee you. So he says
a Switch 2 is going to come out next week.
No.
We'll
We're
going
to see it.
Oh, okay.
No, we're going to see it.
I'm just not paying attention. Ignore me.
It's okay.
I'm too focused on chat. It's fine.
No, we're going to see. According to this guy, we're going to see it on September 18th, and there's like a 9-minute pre-recorded presentation video. We'll see, I guess. I think it's fun to speculate on because you guys know me. I'm a Nintendo guy at heart. It's my favorite company.
It's fun.
It's Square. Like,
I'm happy for you.
And I still, like, even with Steam Deck, I still play a shitload of my games on Switch just because I like fucking cozy Nintendo systems. It's, as much as I love Steam and my Steam Deck, it's never going to completely overtake Nintendo for me. That's just not going to happen.
Well, that's because Nintendo won't share their games. But yes, you're correct.
But yeah, exactly. Pretty much. But yeah, no, I think it's fun to speculate on. Will we see it next week? I don't know. Derek, what do you think? Like, do you think it's possible?
Man, my attitude towards a lot of the here's the thing. This has always been.
I always love when Derek starts a conversation with here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Right? It's one of those. You're getting into some good Derek content here. My attitude towards the rumor mill has always been, it is safest to engage with that stuff as unseriously as possible. Right?
Sort of agree, yeah.
Now, a lot of the stuff that's a part of what you were talking about
If Andy Robbins
earlier,
says something is going to happen,
there are people out there who do know shit, right? If you are good at knowing who knows, you can pay attention to the people who know and figure out which rumors have some credence to them, right? And you can therefore put together a pretty good idea of what is likely. But most people are not very media savvy, and they think that naturalnews.org, the Facebook page, is a great place to get their news updates from, right?
What?
There are people out there who think that voting for RFK Jr. is a good idea. Most people are not that media savvy. So I generally tell people, don't try to believe rumors too much. I think a lot of what we're hearing about the Switch hardware is probably accurate, right? Mostly accurate. Because I've heard it from too many people and heard it backed up by too many people who clearly know what they're talking about. But
I agree, yeah.
In terms of there's going to be a presentation next week, I don't know, man. I'll worry about that when it gets announced.
Derek, I just think it's fun to speculate on. Just quit yucking my fucking yums, Derek.
It's my fucking job, buddy.
Don't yuck my yums, motherfucker.
I've been over here supporting you, telling you I'm so happy.
You have been, Britt. Britt has allowed me.
But you're still gonna give me an oatmeal raisin fucking cookie,
right?
So fuck you.
Britt, first of all, rude. Second of all, Britt, I would have vomited had I eaten the oatmeal raisin cookie. So, and I spared you being vomited on.
You could have given me a bite, John. You could have given me a bite.
Split it in half.
I gave you part of the chocolate chip cookie.
Did you?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Oh wait, no, you did. You did. That's right.
That's a true friend right there.
That's right.
That's a fucking ride or die.
Makes up for some of your
That's
other bullshit you were pulling all weekend.
We're sitting here shitting on John for giving Britt an oatmeal raisin cookie when we fucking neglect to mention, and I, being an honorable man, neglect to mention.
An honorable gorilla.
I felt guilt. That's why you gave the cookie.
No. I felt fucking friendship.
I can shut all this down right now. You want to know how?
No. Oh no.
John, you shared your meat and cheese with me at the Polish party. No, you got me meat and cheese.
Yeah. I got you the meat and cheese.
That's right.
I also got extra food for you, and then you were like, John already got me food, and I was like, cool, I'll just be fat then.
Because Derek, you know why? Because I got that shit fucking handled. Okay,
but
I got it.
Then no, we're not going to talk about that on air. I'm not going to talk about that.
Oh shit!
By the way, can we just say Polish party? It's fine.
We weren't there when it got bumping because we had to leave for a panel. That's not our fault. Everyone
Which is a good panel. It was a great panel.
That bartender
clocked me.
He
clocked me.
He gave me the heaviest pour in a drink that I've ever had.
Also, that motherfucker looked like he was carved out of leather.
No, y'all fucking, like, he gave you a good pour of a drink. He gave me straight up bourbon on ice.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
He was like, can you keep a secret? And I'm like, did you murder somebody? Like, what's the secret?
I accidentally killed a man.
Yeah, and then he dropped an ice in. It was an ice ball, and I was like, "Oh shit, he's gonna hook me up! Like he's gonna give me the John old fashioned."
You know it.
And then he just poured straight up bourbon. I was like, "Here you go," and I was like,
"That is not a John old fashioned."
That dude, that dude fucking ruled. The bartender at the Polish party is the best dude. He was trying to get me loose.
The Polish party would have been. Like,
if we didn't have to leave, it would have been bumping. But we did have to leave. I'm a
better bartender than that guy, I think.
Whatever.
Like let's.
John, you've never given me a pour that heavy.
and nor will I, Derek, because I want you to enjoy the fucking drink.
We got to talk about the last important subject, which is what people have been wanting in chat, which is the
bacon wrapped asparagus I smoked tonight?
No, fuck off.
Fuck you, asshole.
John texted me like, should I pour a little balsamic reduction over this bacon wrapped asparagus? And I was like, why would that answer be no? Like, don't even ask me this. Just Derek. Do it.
It was me being playful. It's a trick question.
Like, I got to use my Blackstone in the first time, and like, I love that I pulled up the article because we're about to talk about it, and it's just fucking beaming on me. I got to use my Blackstone for the first time in like a month because it's just like been raining here every evening, and then after a hurricane, it's sunshine and rainbows. Yeah. So I got to use it, and I was so happy with it.
We also like jointly like talked about how nice it was to get back from Seattle and cook again.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
After
I've been cooking every single day.
Yes.
Happily.
Yes.
Happily. Like Zach came home early and he's like, I'm gonna take care of dinner. I was like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Like, I got this. Let me finish up work. And then I'll hop
bad screen.
Right. Let me finish up work and then, I'll hop to it.
When you guys get here in November.
Oh no.
I'm gonna fucking not only am I gonna
pre?
I'm gonna fucking pre. I'm gonna fucking pre,
dude. I'm gonna fucking pre.
I'm gonna pre, dude. I'm gonna fucking pre.
John, I want you to understand something.
Okay.
One, I'm making multiple batches of homemade ice cream because I'm bringing the tools to make homemade ice cream.
And Derek, I gotta tell you, when you bring that homemade ice cream, to this nation's capital, which is where I live.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell you,
you're gonna do more than
when it's creamy and thick.
Yeah, and it is, buddy. Let me promise you that it is.
I'm gonna pre.
You're gonna do more than pre when you taste my homemade ice cream, my man.
I'm gonna
it's pretty fucking good, dude.
I'm gonna pre, dude.
I do make really good ice cream.
Should I be glad? I have no idea what this bit is about. Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't ask questions.
Don't worry about it.
Fucking go with it.
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna fucking. Not only am I gonna fucking pre, I'm gonna make you guys some fucking. Dude, I'm gonna smoke you guys some fucking pork belly. I'm gonna brine that
Brent
shit.
Be the worst influence on me these days. I'm gonna be so drunk all the time when I'm over at your house.
I'm gonna brine that. I'm gonna
shit in the background.
The hell was that? I just heard Britt yell off camera.
Yeah, I was getting a drink and you were like, "I'm gonna feed you pork belly," and I'm like, "You said that last time and you didn't do it."
But I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna brine that shit for 48 hours. A little apple cider vinegar mixture that I made. I'm gonna smoke that shit for 16 hours. It'll be ready by the time everybody's here.
Sure.
And I'm also going to do some of that fucking bacon wrapped asparagus that I smoked tonight with a little balsamic vinegar reduction. Dude, let me fucking tell you about this bacon wrapped asparagus.
I bet it's good, dog. I bet it's good.
Took that fucking asparagus. I blanched it for about 2 or 3 minutes, right? Blanched the shit out of it, right? Took 4 asparagus, rolled that motherfucker up in some center cut.
You know what this is reminding me of? Is that fucking South Park episode where Randy gets fucking really into cooking with creme fraiche and starts his own cooking show at the fucking cafeteria because he hasn't got an old fashioned. And an old fashioned is not the drink. And
let me bring this home.
Cook, John. I'm gonna let you cook.
You're gonna talk us through it.
I made a balsamic vinegar and brown sugar reduction that I basted that fucking bacon wrapped asparagus with 5 minutes left to go. So it caramelized a little bit. Pulled that shit out, dude. And I gotta tell you, Derek, I took a bite and I was like, I'm gonna fucking pre, dude. I'm gonna fucking pre.
You're Randy Marsh.
Wait till my drunk ass is making homemade ice cream in your house, dude. I'm just
you and Martha cooked that one time and I was thinking about that the other day.
Oh, the fucking pupusas?
Yes,
yeah,
delicious.
The fucking like meat and pepper stuffed little.
Yeah.
I hope CJ comes so I can try for TO status again.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, that fucking carne asada.
I hope CJ comes because I love CJ and his presence is very important.
Well, obviously, that's why I want CJ to come because I want to be his uncle. That's obviously
all right,
why.
we gotta talk about our last subject. We got like
what do we got? We got 13 minutes. That's plenty of fucking time. What do we got?
But it's an important one.
Yeah. Every motherfucker that exists at Annapurna Interactive just said deuces, we're out. Everybody. The whole damn everybody just said no, we're done.
I posted the article for those who don't know.
It's buck wild that an entire publishing team, the whole
Derek,
staff.
can you lay it down? Can you explain what happened?
Lay it down, Derek. Drop that shit.
Well, so first off, don't put me on the spot to explain details right now because I am losing my legibility by the minute. But the long and the short of it, from my understanding, is that the staff of Annapurna Interactive were in a dispute with the owner over. I haven't read anything that explains the conditions. I don't know if it's about work conditions, it's about pay, it's about what. But
so I've actually got I have what it is about.
Okay, good. Please tell me because I didn't read anything that gave me those details.
Okay, so Annapurna Interactive president Nathan Gary and his team have been negotiating with Megan Ellison, who's the daughter of billionaire Larry Ellison, to spin off the video game division as an independent entity.
Okay.
When Ellison pulled out of the negotiations, Gary and other executives resigned and were followed by around 24 other staffers. All 25 members of the Annapurna Interactive team collectively resigned, Gary and the group said in a joint statement. This is one of the hardest decisions we have ever had to make, and we did not make this decision lightly. A spokesperson for Annapurna confirmed that it had explored a spin-off and said the parties failed to reach an agreement which led to the resignations. Now, the exodus has led to chaos as game developers partnered with Annapurna try to figure out what this means for their upcoming projects. As a publisher, Annapurna is responsible not only for funding the games, but for handling services such as quality assurance, adapting the products for local markets, and marketing. Over the past few days, game makers working with Annapurna have scrambled to find new points of contact and figure out whether the company will continue to honor its agreements. For their part, the spokesperson said that all existing games and projects will remain under Annapurna. I don't know what exactly that means, considering that Annapurna Interactive effectively doesn't fucking exist anymore.
I mean, what it means is that Annapurna, like the parent company, probably has an obligation to figure it the fuck out really quick, right? Like they're still on the hook for
legally, yes. Like yeah. I would absolutely fucking agree with you. I'm reading this and I
think this rips. Can I just say that? I think this is fucking awesome. I think when your corporate owners don't take you seriously, it's fucking so cool when everybody just says, eat my shit and walks out.
Let's also consider the fact that, I mean, the daughter of a fucking billionaire is involved, and I don't know. I mean, they'll probably be okay. Like they will almost certainly be okay.
Sure, the devs will be more impacted but like the moves like this are the only weapon you have. They're the best weapon you have, and
I agree with Derek.
It does put pressure upward.
Right. This is more about exposing like who the bad people are, rather than whether or not a studio is gonna like bomb or not. Right? Like, yeah, it's about the workers. But at the end of the day, it's about the workers.
I do recognize that materially, John, what you're getting at is that like this fucking billionaire fail daughter is still going to go on to be a billionaire fail daughter, and that like the people who are developing these games are going to be left scrambling. I do think that the people who develop these games, like, because they're not the ones that screwed up, like either their games are going to get published or like they're going to move on to other publishers. Like something's they're going to get bought out, something, right? Like I kind of have faith that the people making the games, because they are not a part of this action, legally will have some form. I don't know what their contracts are, but surely there's something that says that if Annapurna fails to uphold their end of the deal to some degree of
it's business. It's capitalism.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Actually, weirdly, capitalism sort of protects the devs in this case. I would almost be certain.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
You're right.
You're not going to make the games. How are you going to make games?
That's a weird way to put it, but I see what you're saying.
But that's the point of the walkout, right?
It's not a good thing, but it's also just the reality of the situation.
It's a hard thing to do because it does cause great difficulty to everybody who walked out. But it weaponizes the tools of oppression, right, against the people who normally wield them, even if it's only basically an inconvenience to them. It is more pain and more stress than they are used to dealing with. And we know that rich fucking fail sons and fail daughters are not very good at dealing with annoyances. So she's going to be tossing and turning at night over this shit. I promise you.
I hope so. I mean, I would love to believe that.
Because it's the most pushback she's had to deal with probably in her entire life.
I just know that so many villains in this industry don't ever really pay any consequences for their actions.
Right, because they're billionaires. Rich people don't.
And so, like, I don't know. I would like to believe that she's going to have a sleepless night, but she probably fucking won't. She'll probably sleep fine. I mean, Larry Ellison is worth what? Like $50 billion? Like, I mean, she's sleeping. She's going to sleep. She's going to have restless sleep on a pile of fucking $100 bills tonight. Like, I mean, so I agree.
That's why we should build guillotines, not use them. I'm not saying use them, but we should build them.
Like, so I agree.
With rubber blades.
I agree.
James said, can we also mention Remedy experienced another shot at them? It's such a meme now. I don't understand that reference. Do you guys get it?
I know that Annapurna, the film and television publishing side, was going to be developing adaptations
they were doing the Control stuff
of Control and Alan Wake. I don't know that that's impacted because this is the games publishing division, and I don't think Remedy is tied in with the games. I could be wrong on that. I also could be misunderstanding the entire situation. I am in my cups. So
it's a weird situation, right? Like,
yeah.
It's very strange, and I agree with you guys that I think the message is good. I question exactly what this is going to accomplish.
It's like a different, like, we're so used to like layoffs and people walking out being such a negative experience that it's like we get one that's like it's not like it's does it suck for these people walking out on a job? Sure, but at the same time, it's like fucking, like Derek said, it's cool that they're fucking like standing up for what they believe in. Like, how many people left their job at Blizzard when they found out that Bobby Kotick was involved in all this sexism shit, right? Like, nobody walked out. Like, and that's not to say anything against the employees. Like, I get it, but like the fact that a studio as a whole was able to fucking walk out. Like they were that close and that connected that they all made that joint decision together. It's something we never seen, and it's admirable. And I hope that wherever they land, they are just fucking in a good place.
Yeah.
Before we I agree with Britt. Like I really want there to be a positive outcome from this.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just
it's not positive right now, but that doesn't mean it can't be positive in the future, right?
Maybe I'm just cynical and jaded from years and years of this shit. But I mean, who knows, right? Like, fuck it. Like, all I could say is fucking more unions, more unionization. That's what we need,
right? And that's how the Blizzard people took it, right? They try to unionize. So I don't want this to come off as like the Blizzard employees are garbage, because that's not what I mean. I just meant that like they they didn't walk out.
Tell me if you guys can hear Moose snoring, okay?
I can't. No, I can't. Sadly.
No. Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping to broadcast.
Was that Vicky that yeeted a blanket at you?
That was Vicky, yeah.
Oh my god, it distracted me so much.
Yeah, she was off camera throwing blankets at me. I guess we can go ahead and start shutting it down here. We're just a couple minutes to 10:30. This weekend, I am going to be doing a little streaming. I'm going to stream the Punisher beat 'em up, which is part of the Marvel vs. Capcom fighting collection. I never played it, and I love beat 'em ups, and I love the Punisher. So
we still need to do Chain Together.
Yeah, we need to stream some games together.
So, Britt, I am willing.
I miss my homies.
I know, I miss you all.
So here's the thing, Britt. At the fundraiser, that is when we're gonna sit down and have you play Bad Ben on fucking.
I forgot about that.
Call. I gotta put
forgot
together.
about that.
We're still like so now that
you
we
don't
know,
have to do anything, Derek. We got to put together something. You're not the master organizer. We can all contribute to this. This is a group effort.
Yeah, but anything you all want to do, I have to figure out how we can.
We got to do
bad.
So Britt's got to do Bad Ben. We got to play Bad Ben with Britt.
I just don't want you to feel like this task is all on you. And you have to organize everything.
I enjoy the practical aspects of putting together the charity event.
Obviously, Derek,
I just don't like that I just don't like that I've been in the fucking editing mines and I'm going back to the editing mines. But that's life.
Derek,
you did that on yourself. What did you say to fucking Finn and Justin's Astrobot? Do y'all need me to put that together?
Well, because they do. Because I'm the only one. Because I'm the editor.
Britt, how did that go again? Britt, how did that go?
What?
How did Derek say that?
Oh, he said y'all need somebody to edit that for you.
You fucking making fun of my drawl? That's not very nice.
No, that's me using my. Are you making fun of me in my automobile from Simpsons voice?
Oh. I thought we were making fun of the Kentucky drawl. I know it comes out worse when I'm drunk, but
so Derek, we also need to play Crypt of the Serpent King 2.
No.
Oh my god.
No,
I watched before I was on the podcast when y'all just two were doing the charity stream. I watched you guys play that. Fucking hilarious. John was so mad. This is the worst game ever. I don't want to play this anymore.
Yeah, and then I fucking
hated it.
I figured out the secret. I beat the bosses. I knew what I was doing.
Yeah,
you did, motherfucker.
Pro gamer over
which
here.
Which is why we need to play the sequel at the
maybe.
There's a sequel.
This could be bad games since our whole fucking team isn't going to be there. We could just play bad games. It's fine.
We gotta have like a bad games day and a good games day. We'll figure it out.
I'm fine with that.
We can have in between. What we can do is do another wheel, right? Like we could put good games and bad games and just spin the wheel.
Yeah.
I really need Britt to play Bad Ben on stream with us at the charity.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch it. I didn't want to watch it because I want to experience it myself.
I tried to play Bad Ben. I missed. I played Wheel of Fortune instead.
Yo, I had to I came back and I showed Zach both of those videos because I was like, you have to understand the fucking theme behind our whole week was just fucking I missed and I'm gonna preach.
We're never beating the echolalia allegations, guys.
I tried.
Oh my
take a drink of my water. I missed. I spilled it on the floor.
I'm just saying,
I went to get a towel to clean it up.
I was told I didn't look so tough. I missed.
I missed.
I'm just saying, I know that we know I'm autistic, but you two motherfuckers might want to get checked out. Is all I'm saying.
I'm a woman, so even if I was, I wouldn't get diagnosed.
That's a good point. Yeah. Womp womp.
I have never seen.
I'll get banned on Overwatch and fucking undiagnosed. That's being one, baby.
Fuck you. I'm diagnosed with your autism.
I've never seen Britt laugh the way she did when she heard. So I fired again, and then I missed, and then I missed again.
The hardest I laughed is when I think you were sending a voice note to fucking. No, it's the zip. What zip was that, Jeff? Was the zip of your backpack that you did?
Yeah, I unzipped the backpack real loud.
Was that to Jeff? That's the one I need a copy of. That's the one I fucking
President
fell
Barack
for
Obama with a special message. Britt, I can actually play it. Britt, I've got it.
If you've got it, we need it. We need it live.
We gotta play it. That's what
live.
Yeah, that's what we're wrapping up on.
That's our
play it right now.
Our closing message. It was to Jeff. It had to be.
It was to Jeff. Yep, it was absolutely to Jeff. All right, are we ready? I'm going to play it.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
Hello, Jeff Meyer. This is President Barack Obama with a very special message for our friends in the great, snowy, beautiful wastelands of Canada. This is also President Barack Obama. Now, you may be wondering yourself, why are there two Barack Obamas? Well, there's a very simple answer to that. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna fucking pray, dude. I'm gonna pray, dude. I'm gonna fucking pray.
There's something so wrong with us. Guys, I think we have personality disorders.
Wait, hold on. I got to do the one. We got to do the one that I. Hold on. Wait. As soon as Britt comes back, as soon as Britt comes back, Derek, I need to do the I need to play the one that we did for Josh.
God, there's something wrong with us.
Britt, come back. Britt, come back.
I did.
Okay.
It burnt my nose.
All right. So the context behind this is we sent two to our friend Josh. This is the first one.
Josh, this is President Barack Obama with a very special message for the American people. This is also President Barack Obama. Also with a very special and, frankly, touching message for the American people.
I told you to zip again.
More ways than one, really. Basically, I'm gonna fucking pre. I'm gonna fucking pre. Josh, thank you, American people.
So the context for the second one.
We got just send these elevator. To a lot of people because
we got on the hotel elevator that same day, and there was like this big streak of white goop on the floor of the elevator.
Oh yeah, dog.
So I sent a picture of it.
Somebody fucking concluded.
Yeah, fucking mayonnaise, and so we snapped a picture of it and we sent it to Josh with this message.
Josh, this is President Barack Obama. Once again, I know that I told you earlier that I was gonna fucking pre. Well, I went out for some food and good company with friends, and I gotta tell you, I got back to the elevator. You can see here in this official government photo that I've sent you, I dropped a fucking load. I dropped a fucking load, dude. I dropped a thick, ropey drone strike right in the middle of that elevator. Thank you, American people.
So I guess my only question is this.
That whole night was... I'm gonna
is there something wrong with us?
Yes. Okay? 100%.
Sean. Yes. We built a podcast out of the most mentally ill amateurs we could find. Like
I don't know what this says about us.
I'm so upset that I fucking spat out my drink because one, I wasted a sip, and two, the zip was so good.
It was too good. It was fucking perfect. It was flawless.
Oh,
all right, Derek, let's go ahead and take us offline. We'll see you next week. Remember, guys, Moo's awake. Kindness costs nothing.
Moose and
I'm gonna pre.
Yeah.
Gonna fucking pre, dude.
Gonna pre, dude.
With a gooch. With a gooch.